Peace. What's up, guys? Let's talk about and discuss Impact Wrestling for March the 2nd, 2023. This was the Fallout show from No Surrender. This was a very decent show. I enjoyed it, actually. I did. I enjoyed it. So we kicked the show off with the Bullet Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bey, now known as ABC, which stands for Ace and Bey Connection. So they brag about their big victory at No Surrender alongside Kenta when they defeated Time Machine in the six-man tag match at No Surrender. They also brag about their accolades at Sam's Town, Las Vegas, before calling themselves the best tag team in Impact today. Then they're interrupted by the Motor City Machine Guns. They interrupt and claim that they're the best tag team in Impact, hence why they're not only the Impact World Tag Team Champions, but they're also the New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions as well. So Chris Bey, he lays out the challenge for a match at Sacrifice, but Alex Shelley wants to do it later on tonight. Both teams, they agree and shake on it. So that's pretty cool, interesting. Although I agree with Chris Bey, you should have had a story going into it. You know, that's just me. Next, Gia Miller, she interviews Shane Haste, a.k.a. Shane Thorne from WWE, ahead of his Impact debut match against Mike Bailey. So, Haste declares victory as the stage will be set for the Multiverse United. Only the strong survive on March 30th. So that's pretty cool. So, moving on. Rich Swann, he was being interviewed by Gia Miller, and he was interrupted, thankfully, by Raj Singh, who we haven't seen in several weeks. So he had a whole bunch of money handing out to the cameraman and everything else and all that. So Rich Swann wasn't too pleased with this, and he sent a warning to Raj Singh, saying he's going to whip his ass and everything else, and he wants a match tonight. And Shearer was about to rip him to shreds, and Raj was like, nah, not tonight. I feel lucky. So that was pretty cool. Interesting to see there. Next, first match of the night, Shane Haste versus Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey wins via the Ultimate Weapon. I am so damn tired of Mike Bailey. I cannot stand that guy. I really don't see the hype about him. I don't. What is the damn hype about the guy? He's not special. The guy is a damn jobber. What is so special about him? Nothing at all. Like, why do people like him so much? Seriously. Ugh, I'm so tired of him. And the fact that he's going to be facing Will Ospreay at the Multiverse of Matches, that is a utter joke. All right, so moving on. So, the design, they're backstage. So, Alan Angels, a.k.a. Angels, he's convinced that Sami is trying to destroy the design from within. So, Rhino, he comes into play and confronts Steiner and says that he won't stand by while the design messes with Callihan's head. And he actually does cuss in this, so that was pretty cool. But they bleep it out. And then, just like Violent by Design did to him, Steiner tells Callihan that the sixth step in his initiation process has been revealed. So Callihan walks up and says, no, shut your damn mouth, Rhino. I do want to be a part of the design, and I'll show you next week. So Rhino accepts. No, Rhino lays down the challenge next week as well. So that's going to be okay. That's going to be pretty cool. We got a cool story going into that. So, yeah. Next, Kenny King versus Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight's pretty decent. I like him. So Kenny King wins via the Royal Flush. Finally, he gets a win. He's been dodging. I mean, he's been put on the back burner for quite some time. Man, I really wish that he was in WWE or AEW. Seriously, I think that he deserves way better than Impact. That's just me. And he just signed a multi-year deal with Impact. I'm not sure if it was a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, probably a 3-year deal. And I want to say Kenny King's like in his... Is he in his 30s, I want to say? I think he's in his 30s, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's in his early 30s, like between 30 and 34. He's in his early 30s. He might be in his mid-30s. I don't know. But, man, Kenny King deserves to be on the better stage. Like, seriously, he does. Like, it's a damn travesty what they're doing with him in Impact. So, Josh Alexander, he's had a rough road ahead of him as he must defend his Impact World Championship against Steve Maclin at Rebellion. That's if he can get past Kushida. And another world title defense at Multiverse United. So, he's in an interview with Gia Miller. Alexander praises Kushida and counters Time Machine to a 6-man tag. Act sacrifice if he can find 2 people to team with him. So, Maclin, thankfully, he interrupts and he begs Alexander to hold on to that title because he wants to defeat the longest reigning Impact World Champion of all time at Rebellion. Makes a lot of sense. I love Maclin. Maclin is so badass. Maclin is who they need to save Impact. Maclin needs to save Impact. Josh Alexander is so boring. He's just like Mike Bailey. So boring. Yes, when Josh first won the world title, I was excited and happy for him. But ever since then, he's just done nothing but work rate matches. And he's not had any real memorable feuds outside of Bully Ray and Moose. Those are the only 2 memorable feuds he's had. Everything else has just been a bunch of work rate shit. Like, seriously. Ugh. So, Dr. Ross provides an update on Tommy Dreamer after Bully Ray threw hot coffee in his face during the first Busted Open Live at No Surrender. So, Ross says that Tommy suffered minor burns and retinal damage and will be recovering at home for the time being. So Bully Ray interrupts and claims that if Dreamer is still going to live, and he can make sure that he doesn't. So Bhupinder Gujjar steps up to Bully, and he shoves him against the lockers or whatever. Security breaks him up, and then Bully, he says, "Take your hands off of me. I get that you're standing up for Tommy. It's a noble thing, but you won't be remembered as a wrestler in 10 to 12 years from now," which is correct, even though I like Bhupinder. So Bully slaps him and dips out. And I loved it. I LOL'd. Like, I lolled. Like, it was hilarious. I literally laughed out loud. It was funny. It was funny. Moving on. So, Mickie James, she's out next. She's cutting a promo. To celebrate her hard-fought victory over Masha Slamovich at No Surrender. So, Mickie says that she's going to now turn her attention towards Jordynne Grace, who's been telling people that James tapped out in their match at Hard to Kill. So, Gisele Shaw interrupts and claims that she's the number one contender for the Knockouts World title after defeating Deonna Purrazzo on the pre-show of No Surrender, the countdown to No Surrender. So Mickie reminds Gisele she already defeated her during the last rodeo, which is correct. Shaw says that she hasn't faced this version of the quintessential diva, and now stands alongside Jay Vidal and Savannah Evans. So Gisele isn't prepared to challenge for the title right now. So Mickie James lays out the challenge herself. Gail Kim comes out and says that she's tired of Gisele running away all the time and backing out of things. And then she makes the match official for next week. I'm fine with this, I guess. I don't know where Tasha Steelz is. I know she asked for time off for a while, but Tasha Steelz deserves better too. If I was her, I would leave. I would try to go to either AEW or WWE and do better. She's been in Impact for about, 2.5, 3 years. You know, I think it's time for her to move on to greener pastures. That's just me. Same thing with Deonna Purrazzo as well. Moving on. So, Moose and Brian Myers. Oh, my God. I feel bad for Moose. So, Moose is backstage talking to Brian Myers about how they can humiliate Joe Hendry. And Moose says that he doesn't want to become digital media champion. He just wants to humiliate Joe Hendry and help Brian Myers become champion. Yeah. Okay, cool. I feel bad for Moose, too. He's another one who was hot for a while, and now he's just doing mid-card comedy stuff with Brian Myers. Ugh. How the mighty have fallen. Santino Marella, the director of Authority, he grants Jordynne Grace her contractually obligated rematch for the Knockouts World title at Sacrifice. So that's pretty cool. Makes sense. So, Johnny Swinger, he's complaining to Santino Marella about his loss to Barry Horowitz. Santino allows Johnny Swinger to pick his own opponent in his quest to win 50 wins in Impact World title opportunity. Okay, who cares? It's not going to happen, but really good comedy stuff here. Next, Trey Miguel versus PCO. Eddie Edwards gets involved and costs PCO. So Trey Miguel wins via disqualification. Post-match, PCO, he's brawling with Eddie. And then he hits a devastating chokeslam. Security, they hit the ring. PCO breaks free. And then he takes out security with a PCO assault from the outside. Eddie Edwards is baffled, and he escapes and hightails it through the barricade and dips out. Then the main event, Bullet Club, ABC, Ace and Bey Connection versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the Impact World Tag Team titles. This was a great match. In the end, the Bullet Club win via the Art of Finesse, followed by the Fold for the 1, 2, 3. And we now have new Impact World Tag Team Champions. Makes sense. This is great. The only problem is they don't have a tag division in Impact. Just like they don't have a mid-card division in Impact. Just like they don't have a knockout tag division in Impact. They don't have divisions in these. They have feuds. So this has been hot potatoed. But I am excited for the Bullet Club winning. Makes sense. They'll probably do a rematch either at Sacrifice, or if they want to hold it off and build the feud even more, I would do it at Rebellion. That's what I would do. But overall, the show was decent, and I enjoyed it. So let me know what you guys think. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.